Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the last day of this 5-day series of sketchbooking. Uh, for the last day, um, it is about noticing and be intentional about what you like and what you don't like. As you remember, we practice all of these different short exercises. I hope that's helpful for you to start sketching for yourself. Again, it's a reminder, it could be a drawing, could be a writing, could be both, could be a combination, right? But on this day, I want you to look through all your exercise for this week, or maybe from your past, and then you can circle it, draw it, like this one. I circled it, um, and I put heart on it. This is just an example of, as a reminder, I like this shape. This is kind of like a boat shape, and I've been doing that a lot, by the way. So as you go through the practice, you can circle some of these area and say, maybe you don't have to circle it if you don't want to. You can just do a mental model, mental recording that you like a certain area. Um, for example, these kind of sketches, right? I kind of like this part. You can do a check mark. You can write it. I love this. Love this. Um, so when you come back, you remember, you know, the shapes. The basically that's the seeds of the voice. Um, Sometimes you just like the whole composition. Then you can just, oh, I like this part. So go through your piece and say, this one's probably need more work. Just little notes of that. Nothing here I like. It's kind of like a mess, uh, but maybe I just keep working on it. Could also be nothing. So, um, this is kind of cool. Or maybe I can just do more of that. Okay. So those are the small little things that you can do today as you walk through all of your pieces. Um, I love doing this too, like, looking at my past. I don't mark them necessarily, but I do pay attention to what I like, and then things sometimes show up on my paintings. This is messy. I don't like any of them. Those kind of things. So you just basically get to know yourself by looking at your past work, and what can you bring forward to the current one if you like your past one. Um, it's a good way of exploring uh, your own voice. Okay. Uh, so what else in here? I also did a couple of old ones. Well, this is more like watercolor, So sometimes I bring watercolor patch like about this big. Um, and it's very easy to open and close. So these are just different exercises from landscape to botanical. Even my kid drawing on him, that's okay too. uh, Studio and all of these different things. Okay, so and sometimes I do this too, like maybe a little specimen. It's almost like my spice rack. Oh, I have this one, this one. So it's a little bit of different instead of one big um, composition like this in one piece. I break it down into a small pieces like that. So that's another way to play around with different ingredients if you want. Like think about this little composition as a little bite-sized experiments if you want. Okay. So hopefully that is helpful for you on this 5 days adventure. Um, Again, as a reminder, uh, do the exercise. Like nobody can help you other than encouraging you to do this. But the rest is up to you. You have to show up for yourself. You have to kind of find a way to make doing these things lighter. I give you some example, an idea, uh, different ideas to show up lightly on this. I think the biggest thing, again, as a reminder, this is not final piece. This is diary. This is for you. Uh, it's not for sale. It's not for anybody else but you. And this is sort of like you can look at it as a reflection. Could look at it as a therapy. Could look at it as basically talking to yourself and not anybody else. Um, and then hopefully this becomes seeds of your voices when you create a bigger piece. And well, I know it is. I'm just hoping that you can feel that way and you find the benefit of that. Okay, but you have to do this. You have to make small exercises. This literally small exercise, but the impact is not small. I believe that. I felt that. And again, ideally you show up every day, but you don't have to if you can't. But at least the minimum, bare minimum, once a week. That's my final offer. Once a week. Put this next to your bed. Put this next to in the living room somewhere. Yeah, just easy for you to get access to it. And you just jot down when you watch TV or when you have a boring meeting. You sketch. You sketch every single day if you can. I got inspired by my daughter. She's in school for art or illustration, and she carries this sketchbook in her purse with a couple of tools, and she basically show up almost every day. If we go out eat, waiting on the table, waiting on whatever, we wait something, she'll just sketch. And if we're not going anywhere, she'll just, I'm gonna go to the coffee shop and sketch. So it's kind of like amazing how improvement you can make just showing up in the sketchbook like this daily. Now, not everybody can do that. That I understand. It's busy, a lot of things to do. Now the trick is like, how do you make that limitation as your advantage? So how you steal time between those busy days. I believe it's like it's not about not having time. It's just the way we look at these things sometimes, it becomes heavy because we look at this as I have to be perfect showing up in here. I think that's the reason we sometimes don't want to show up in here. So hopefully these 5 days would, give you some ideas that, or give you permission to use this tool as um, as as a place where you can be yourself. You don't have to be perfectly, draw or perfect composition or perfect anything. It's not about perfection of your performance. It's about a tool to find your own self, and then slowly become quote unquote perfect without even realizing it. It's all organic. Yes, it takes some time because, well, this is a long game. It's not like a one-time deal thing. It's it's a it's a, I could say it's a lifestyle. you It becomes your routine. You like to draw. You like to sketch. Uh, you like to put your mind into these pages. Okay. So that's the 5 days of us together over email and a little bit of videos. So hopefully you like them, you find them useful, and you can practice that on your own. Okay. One thing that I mentioned earlier in this series is that I'm opening up Spice Art Club this coming week, and if you like what you see and experience, and you like what I say, how I say things, I welcome you to join. Okay, this is how I do things. I pretty low key. I do video like this, sometimes on the floor, sometimes on the table. Um, think about Spice Art Clubs like your roadside assistance for artists. In the U.S., there's called AAA. AAA is the roadside assistance, basically. Basically, if you stuck in your road, you call them, and then they come in and jumpstart and help you out. So that's the easiest way for me to explain what Spice Art Club is. It's a support system for artists like you and me. And the way I share is not a lot of theory. It's more like I've done it, I try it, and then I share it with you. It's an access to my practice, like the sketchbook practice, like that I share with you. Also demos on medium size and bigger size work that I've done. Uh, Also my gallery practice. I have a gallery in downtown Seattle. I share that as well. And while I still have the space, I also have wall dedicated to Spice Art Club. So if you're interested in showing as part of the journey as an artist, I see it as finding your voice first. That's the journey, right? Thinking about what your work is about, um, and then how you work it, how you fix it, and then how you market it, and then how you showing it. So it's the whole gamut, the whole journey from beginning to end. I'm not saying showing is the end of, but it is part of like the journey as an artist, right? You make, you share, and then you show. And I'm lucky enough to have that space that is pretty good space for um, people knowing to go to looking for art. It's located in Pioneer Square. It's where people go to find art. And I'm sharing that space as a bonus thing. Um, I have a wall dedicated for the members. So if people are interested in showing, they can send pieces, but not required, because some people don't want to show, some people just want to make, and then and keep it for themselves, or they want to show it only in their own space, right? And those are all good, and I'm just giving a space if people are interested. Also in Spice Art Club, I have a monthly art challenge where people can join. Again, not required. The whole thing is, the idea of the space is a resources for you to learn, and also to connect with other artists and to experiment. And I'm giving a backstage pass, not a stage actually, just a back door access to my studio. Basically, it's how I do things and how I mess up, and how, I work, how I work through things, from the practical things and painting and marketing and selling. At the same time, my brain, my mindset, the struggles that we all have, and we talk the same language, kind of thing, in the group. So this is the invitation for you. If you are looking for a space like that, feel free to join, and it will be fun to continue, sharing all these different tips and tricks with you, and same time, I can learn from you as well. Not just me, but everybody in the group can learn from you. Okay, so if you have any questions, more questions about it, and let me know, and hopefully I'll see you over there. Again, I want to thank you again for this 5 days mini workshop, and trusting me to show up in your email. Hopefully not too crazy, and I wish you the best new year, and go practice and sketch a lot. Okay, and tag me if you do practice, and you want to share it on Instagram. Please tag me, so I know you, I can follow you as well, and nag you if you stop practicing. Anyway, well, I'm not gonna nag you, but you know what I mean. I'm here. We're here to support each other as artists. So okay, thank you, and let me know if you have any other questions. Thanks. Bye.